My husband thought his affair was a secret, so I planned the kind of revenge that left him broke, alone, and begging me back. So here's the thing. You think you know someone, you really do. You wake up every day with them, share a life, maybe even a house, a dog, and a dozen inside jokes that only make sense to you two. And then one morning, something small, tiny, inconsequential even, shatters the whole illusion. For me, it wasn't a dramatic caught him kissing someone moment. No, it was far more insidious, and that made it worse. It was the little things. A faint perfume scent I didn't recognize, a text that flashed on his phone from someone named M, which he quickly slid into his pocket, pretending it was nothing, and the way he started keeping his phone in the bedroom instead of the kitchen like he used to. At first, I tried to convince myself I was overreacting. Maybe M was a coworker. Maybe the perfume was from a client at his office. Maybe I was just being paranoid. I pride myself on being level-headed, on not letting my imagination run wild. But then came the receipts. I found them accidentally, shoved in the bottom of the trash bin because apparently even the most careful people get sloppy. Lunches at places that didn't exist on the way to work. Hotel stays that he claimed were business trips, but were always suspiciously convenient. And honestly, the pattern was screaming at me before I even understood it. My stomach turned every time I pieced another receipt into the puzzle. I didn't confront him, not yet. I needed proof. You know that feeling when you suspect someone is lying to you but don't have the receipts? Or in my case, the screenshots, hotel confirmations, and subtle witness accounts to back it up. That's what I felt. And the thing is, you can't just catch someone without it being messy because then they cover their tracks and you end up looking paranoid instead of justified. So I started quietly. Like a shadow, I observed. I watched his habits, the way he moved through the house, the times he suddenly became busy or too tired to have dinner with me. I didn't check his phone constantly. That would have felt like desperation. But I did notice patterns. Weekdays suddenly had work dinners. Weekends were too occupied with friends I didn't know he had. He started going to the gym at odd hours and even mentioned catching up with M for lunch a little too casually. And then there was the voice in my head, the one I tried to silence because it scared me. He's cheating. I wanted to argue with it. I wanted to tell myself, no, you're imagining things. You're being dramatic. You've watched too many Lifetime movies. But every time I tried, I found another piece of evidence. A voicemail that didn't make sense. A Lyft receipt at 2 a.m. that coincided with a business meeting he claimed to have. The man I thought I knew was vanishing behind a curtain of lies and excuses, and I couldn't reach him anymore. The realization hit me slowly, like dripping water wearing down stone. It wasn't immediate. It didn't come with fireworks. It came with subtle, piercing moments. The way he laughed at a message I couldn't see. The way his attention would shift mid-conversation. The way he suddenly had to run out for errands that conveniently aligned with secret calls. And when I finally found the email, the one he accidentally left open on the laptop, confirming dates, hotels, and messages between him and her, I didn't cry at first. I didn't yell. I just stared. I stared at the screen until my eyes blurred. Then I did something I hadn't expected. I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because the absurdity of it all was overwhelming. He actually thought he could get away with it. He thought that, after years of marriage, years of building a life together, he could sneak around in secret. And he was sloppy enough that it was obvious. Too obvious. After the initial shock, anger hit. And not just anger. The kind of searing, deep, gut-level betrayal that makes your body feel like it's physically splitting in two. Every memory suddenly had a shadow over it. Every inside joke, every dinner, every laugh, they were all now tainted by the fact that, while I thought we were building a life together, he was sneaking around, weaving another life in parallel. I won't lie, I wanted to confront him right there. I wanted to scream, to throw things, to make him feel even a fraction of the pain he caused me. But something held me back. Something sharper than anger. Something cold and deliberate. I realized then that I wasn't going to be a screaming, sobbing victim in this story. I wasn't going to let him walk over me. And most importantly, I wasn't going to let him get away with it. So I did what anyone with a shred of sanity would do when faced with a betrayal like